Hello my dear friends, I hope you all are doing good. This is Prashant Mamani and I warmly welcome all of you to StudyIQ. Identify the person that you can see on your screen. Regarding yesterday's picture, I have got your answer in the answer section of this slide at the end of this lecture, so don't worry about it. With this, dear friends, make sure you make the most out of up to 40% discount that is available on our pen drive and tablet courses. Remember, the last date for this discount is 14th December. Want to know more about it? Check out studyiq.com. You will get each and every information pertaining to our pen drive and tablet courses from our portal. Just in case if you have any question or queries, you have chat support available, as well as you can give us a call on the numbers that you can see on your screen. Now, dear friends, this is a very important piece of news that is coming from Vice President's office, and basically Vice President Shri M. Venkaiah Naidu attended a Christmas celebration which was organized by Catholic Bishops Conference of India CBCI. Now remember, we have discussed this thing that whenever you find any sort of festival, may it be Eid, Diwali or Christmas or any other festival, then you see tweets and news coming from Vice President's office, President's office, right, Prime Minister and other dignitaries, right? They do share their views and greetings with the people of our country, and this indicates a secular nature of our country as well. Now, the unique thing about our secularism is that the government can interfere, or you can say, not interfere is not the right word. I think if it requires, then government can make necessary changes with religious practices, right? If the religion is not in line with the constitution, then, or if any particular practice of any religion is not in line with the constitution, if it's anti-constitutional, then necessary changes can be made by the government, but religion cannot make any changes with the working of government. And this is the beauty of our country. If you go through many other countries, then you find that even today the most powerful person in many countries is or are their religious leaders, but in our country it is not. Things do not work that way, and this is the beauty of our secularism. The other thing I would like to add here is that we have got this secular system not because of our constitution. Means it's not that only after the introduction of constitution we see this way of working. Not at all. If we go back to the history, then we find that we have adopted this system of secularism because since the time unknown, that this is how we have lived in our country, and now you can see many countries are also replicating things that, or you can say, the Indian way of life. Now moving on, dear friends, basically Venkaiah Naidu ji, or Vice President, he reminded all of us about the ideals and values that were preached and practiced by Jesus Christ, right? He said that he talked about the ideals and values, and you know that Christmas, or Christ talked about, or he taught us how to share things with other, how to love, and how to create joy in yourself and in other people too. And that's what Christmas is all about, isn't it? I'm sure you know that on the Christmas day, people do share gifts with each other, and this is how it is celebrated. And if you observe other religions as well, right, they all have their unique way of creating joy and creating love for each other. And Vice President also reminded, or he also said that it is time for all of us to renew our commitment to love and serve our families, communities and society. Now the thing is, this is how we all are connected with each other. See, this is us, you, or it could be me, right? As an individual, we are part of a family. Our family is part of our neighborhood is part of our our society. Society makes states, and state makes a nation, and then you have different countries and world, and then this world in solar system, and then you can connect it with your universe. So in this way we are indivisible part of universe, right? Everyone of us, everyone is different, but we are connected with each other in this way. In regular day we don't appreciate this thing. I do understand that it would sound a bit impractical, particularly if you are in the market, right? In market this sort of things are not appreciated, but of course in society, in family, in communities, we have to take these ideals and we have to practice them as well. With this, he also said that we have to it is our commitment, right, to renew our commitment to be just and transparent in our dealings. And this is very important for particularly for all of you, because you are going to be part of government, isn't it? You are preparing for different exams, competitive exams, and eventually, of course, you will succeed, no doubt, and you will become part of government. So the things that you do should be transparent. Nowadays we see that you find two types of people, right? Generally speaking, you divide them into either one who is not corrupted and the one who is corrupted, isn't it? But that should never be an option, that you are corrupt, you are not corrupted, and that is something to celebrate. Of course it is a good thing, but we should develop systems. We have to create systems in which this sort of things are not possible at all, or it is if not impossible, then it is very difficult for someone to indulge in corruption. And I would like to remind here a law against murder, right? I know that we have most stringent laws against murder, but that does not mean that murders do not take place. But imagine if you remove this law, then the graph can go up, then it can shoot up, right? Many murders will be seen if these laws are not there. So we have to create those sort of systems. And he also talked about sustainable development and lasting peace between people of different religions and cultures, and we have to promote social and economic inclusion for all. Vice President also said that every individual must revere his or her mother tongue, birthplace, and motherland. And he also said that it is the duty of every Indian to preserve and protect our culture. And this is one of the most important statement, right? This is the most important statement here. I would like all of you to pay attention to this thing. He has clarified that religion is personal thing, whilst the culture is a way of life. What do you understand by this thing? See, religion, earlier on, Supreme Court in its judgment has clarified that when it comes to a God, you may call him or her God or Allah or Ishwar. The name could be different based on different language, right? But Supreme Court said that when it comes to God and a follower or a believer, right, there should not be any third party at all. It is a matter between these two parties, God and the believer. So it is a very personal thing. But culture is a sort of you can say shared thing, and everyone is responsible for making sure the culture is protected, and it is there for the betterment of the whole society. So very important statement here, and you can think about it, right? You can think about it, whether how culture is a way of life and how religion is personal, and it will help you a lot in your particularly for your general studies for paper, for all those boys and girls who are preparing for civil services examination. And of course you find essays as well on this sort of things, right? So very important topic here. Now he also talked about Catholic community as he attended this ceremony, and I would like to highlight here two important contribution of Catholic community. And that does not mean that other communities are not contributing, but you know that government cannot do all the things. There are some things that should be done by the people or the society or community. And here, when it comes to education and health, you know that this Catholic community has contributed a lot, and other communities are doing their bits and pieces, whatever they can do as per their capacity. We see other communities are also contributing it here, but the contribution of Catholic community is outstanding, no doubt. With this, dear friends, he also had a meeting with Afghanistan's second vice president, and he talked about this 170,000 tons of wheat that we have sent as an assistance to Afghanistan via Chabahar Port. Chabahar Port is, you know that a couple of weeks ago it was inaugurated, the first phase of Chabahar Port, and it is a strategic port for us. He also talked about this more than 50 flights that have undertaken from Afghanistan to India and back and forth, and this indicates this air freight corridor working between these two countries. He also talked about $2 billion assistance of last year that has been provided by India to Afghanistan. Then this partnership, or you can say the relationship between both these countries, the name is New Development Partnership. We gave this name in September 2017, and under this thing 116 high impact community development projects are going on. USA was asking us, or USA was looking forward for Indian troops in Afghanistan, but India clearly rejected that thing. India said that we are there for development, we will provide all this sort of development assistance rather than deploying our troops over there. And you know, terrorism is a big thing in Afghanistan. It has killed nearly 10,000 people, and last year was one of the most violent years since 2001. And Vice President also said that it will play a big role in connecting Asia and Eurasian region. And here is your Chabahar Port in Afghanistan. This is India here. From here we can use waterways and supply things to this Chabahar area, and from here it can go to via railways and roadways, it can reach Afghanistan. In the same way, things can come from Afghanistan to India, and with the help of this Chabahar Port, this is the first time that Afghanistan is going to have a sort of dedicated, you can say, a route that will allow it to access Arabian Sea. The other thing is, from this picture here, you can see, dear friends, this is about international north-south trade corridor, and from this Chabahar Port, Afghanistan will play an important role. And you know the picture of yesterday's picture challenge, it was of President of Ghana, and Ghana was very famous for trade. It was a very rich country as well back in time, because all the European colonial people, they used to circumnavigate the Africa and then reach India, if you know. Then Ghana is somewhere here in Africa, so it was a point of break. They used to take a break over here, and in this way trading and everything took place, and this favored Ghana's economy. In the same way, in future, Afghanistan will play a very important role. With this, another item is pertaining to indigenous communities of Sikkim, and basically they had a meeting with Dr. Jitendra Singh, who is a donor minister, and here are the names of this 11 communities of Sikkim. Many times you find this sort of questions in your MCQs, so please go through it, right? You know that you would be able to download this PDF file, so once you download this thing, make sure you familiarize yourself with all these 11 names. And remember, they are at present not falling under this scheduled tribes category, and that's what they are asking for. With this, I have 3 important points for you. The points, or you can say the outstanding achievement of Sikkim. One is it is declared organic state by government. The second thing is it is the first state to be declared open defecation free. And the third one is the GDP and literacy rate of Sikkim is very high. With this, last item is pertaining to Defense Ministry, and Defense Ministry has in fact this Raksha Rajya Mantri Dr. Subhas Bhamre. He dedicated 2 bridges to the nation. Both these bridges are in Arunachal Pradesh. The first one is Inju Pani Bridge, and the second one is Deo Pani Bridge. Devapani is on this East River, and you know that Arunachal Pradesh is sharing border with China, and this bridge will help in connecting different parts of Arunachal Pradesh, and during critical times it can help us a lot. So that's everything that we have got today, dear friends. These are the answers. Ignore this small mistake here. The answers are Canada, radioactivity, and the president of Ghana, the name is Nana Akufo Addo. And today's question is a bit different. This is a seaplane that you can see on your screen. A seaplane can land as well as take off from a water body, either from a sea or a river. And the question is, you have to think about, at least provide 5 different points regarding the utility of this seaplane, how it will help us as a nation. There could be many different things. I'm not providing you a hint here, but the reason why I have added this picture and this sort of weird question, or you can say very different, unusual question, is because if you think about the utility, right, do one thing, right, do this thing today. Don't rush to write your answer. Take a couple of hours throughout the day, during different you can say different period. Think about how this plane will be helpful to us, in which different areas it can help, and things like that, and you will find that your mind will provide you so many different options. It will bring up so many different things and pictures, and you will find that you will get more than 10 points. And this is the beauty of our mind. Once you know how to get maximum out of your mind, then, dear friends, the exams that are looking like Mount Everest will become a piece of cake. With this, I end this discussion here. I hope that you will give it a try to this unusual way of learning, but of course it is a very scientific way. You can rest assured. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. I will share this link on my Facebook page, that is Prashant T. Mavani, and do share it with other people as well. Your like matters a lot, so make sure you give us your like, and enjoy your studies. Jai Hind.